you got this new video that you're doing and whatnot.
Yeah.
And your music, what you got going on?
Yeah. So it's called Old School. The video's more centered and inspired by like the late 80s, early 90s type of hip hop. So I was trying to, even though we on the East Coast, the beat is kind of like a West Coast beat, late 80s beat. So I was trying to draw from both sides. So even though like you see how around that time you have PE Public Enemy, so I had the Ankh and I had brothers in there with the roster flag, but then the West Coast brothers, they was on some like they would have the brown paper bag and like so I wasn't necessarily advocating for that type of thing. It was just drawing inspiration from both.
From that time period. So that's why you in the video you drinking.
Yeah, but even though it actually wasn't liquor, it was just for the brown paper bag was for the aesthetic.
The brown paper bag. Okay.
To more so fully encompass like that time period and the energy of that time period more so.
Yeah, no. I'm just the reason why I asked because like the 5% we put it on the channel and they're like, what's that? And then they take it on face value and then now.
But that's what brothers was doing here too.
Yeah, no, I know, but I just wanted to go
to have some clarity so people don't.
You can't act like, yo, what he doing some shit I ain't never did or whatever he's representing. Yeah. People followed us. I came at the end of that, I followed the wave. You put it in a brown paper bag. You drink OE, you drink St. Nas, I drink Valentine. But I drink. It was like we was doing that. Yeah, we was doing that.
No, but you know, like how there's a segment of people who on the channel, and then they might get a little religious and try to poke holes in that.
They not bad either. That's
I gotta show you the video.
I just wanted to go.
It's not out. We're gonna
Is that the clip that I saw?
Yeah.
I didn't see none of that stuff y'all talking about.
Cause I dropped the whole video.
And you had the Ankh in there, like you was mentioning the Ankh.
Yeah. Because usually I wouldn't wear something like the Ankh, like for me personally.
Okay.
So that was more so like when I was studying, looking at old videos, I see like Public Enemy and X-Clan, those type of brothers. So I wanted to get.
You studied that. You went into like you looked at like X-Clan.
Yeah, what I do. I mean, art. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I look back and try to pay homage in a certain way, but I wanted to do like pay homage to both coasts, I think brothers was probably doing the brown paper bag on this side too, but when I look back, it was mostly like Ice Cube and them on the. So I just wanted to pay a homage to that a little bit.
Yeah, I think the 40 ounce, the 40 or the brown paper bag was like a universal
thing. Okay.
On both coasts.
I got it. But you know what I was saying when I'm looking at like I guess more so. Righteous brothers on the East, they didn't really have. I didn't see that in that time period. Like I didn't.
I'm gonna go back and look.
Yeah, because I'm looking at Public Enemy videos. I didn't see nothing like that. Like
Nah, maybe not Public Enemy, but like maybe who might have had like a. Damn man, like. Because Nas would be like a little bit.
That was a little later though.
It's later on.
Because I was more into like 89 to 91 era.
Yeah, I gotta think about it. Look at that, like I just wanted to get clarity on that.
I also wanted to build on the song because I think a song like that is needed right now in the sense of the way music as a whole is going. It's like we're losing our ethical presence of it. It's more just like everything is more transactional. Everything's just selling, and it's getting to the point where we can't even say. We're getting pimped out. We're selling ourselves. So I'll give you an example. Like I was in the song, I was building on people like DJ Vlad or Adam 22. Who Adam 22 has a podcast where he gets original people and they literally go up there and tell them about their gang stories and jail time. And there's people who actually end up getting locked up from some of the stuff that was said on the podcast. Recently, a rapper from Brooklyn who lived not even too far from my neighborhood, he had Adam 22 walking through the neighborhood, and they got the girls with the BBLs, and they like it's just like
he's exploiting.
Yeah, but it's like they don't even realize like you're the monkey in the zoo. Like you're like the monkey saying, hey, please put me in the cage. Put me in the cage, and it's just like it got to the point where I'll look at the comments and stuff, and I'm like, people don't. It's like so normalized. I'm like, am I the only one who's seeing this is going on? Right. As at what cost do you say like, okay, what am I if a colored man's over there like, yeah, first thing, so how many drive-bys you ever did? Okay. Like, you know what I mean? What's the craziest thing you ever seen? How many years you got locked up? You ever shanked anybody in jail? What are you?
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think it also goes to like a certain type of demographic. They have an obsession with our culture in a way where it's like a love-hate. Like they want to be us, but then they hate us because they're not us, so they're obsessed with us. Like, oh, what are the blacks doing now? While they're also, in their head, they feel like we're inferior. You know? And then how we go about navigating ourselves, sometimes that thought process could look like, oh, that is true. You know? Even though it's not, it doesn't really show like all of us. It's not a representation of all of us as a community. And also too, I just like doing different things. So the beat, when I heard the beat, the first 2 lines came to my head. I was like, oh, let me just go with it, you know? Something different.
Who produced the beat?
This brother named Tonto, he just sent me like a pack.
Okay.
And then I was going through it, and it was just like, I played that, I'm like, yo, nobody rapping over this like right now. So I'm like, let me just give it a try. But like, even, it doesn't even have to be like a color man thing. Like even brothers with like, you have people like DJ Academics who you exploit in black life. You know what I'm saying? Everything is like, oh, 1,000 people died in Chicago, this and that. You know what I mean? And anytime anybody calls out any of the foolery or the coonery that he promotes, it's like, oh, you hating, you don't get no money, stuff of that sort. Like, you know, it's just like I said, transaction. Like, you know? It's like, okay, at what point does calling like just things that are not up to par out what it is? It's not necessarily hating or clout chasing, it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, you know, God, that's why I, looking at the landscape of industry and what's going on, like a part of my idea, like, what, for what we do, like, it's a reverse polarity of that.
Yeah.
Like, like artists like yourself and like, other brothers who do music and have a collective of, this is where we trying to go. We're not trying to be a part of that foolery. Yeah. It's like a whole industry, and it seems like it's being funded by.
It's definitely being funded.
It's you know what I mean? It's intentional. Like
I seen, I think on Twitter, Crooked Eye was like, he writes for other artists, and A&R came to him like, do you know any young kids in Gang Beasts right now? Because we trying to sign them because they know for a fact. Just through the drama, they but they that's what I'm saying. They're capitalizing off of black life, but it's one of those things. If we don't value ourselves, if you see something, you could say, like, I don't know. You could say like I don't like. You could say, yo, shout out to Farrakhan, and you call it anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what? You have to apologize and stuff like that. But like, we listen to ourselves talk about killing ourselves all day, every day. I remember there was a situation, it was during the pandemic. I was reading Blood in My Eye by George Jackson. And this my friend of mine, she was just starting a book club. So I recommended the book. But when she started reading the book, she was like, this is a little too heavy. He's talking about like organizing against the police and stuff like that, and like, really going at it. Right. I'm like, yo, we listen to people rap about killing each other, we dance to it in the club. You like, what are you talking about? That's like, it's so normalized. Yeah, like, you don't even like, that's not heavy, So it's like, what's going on? At what point do we realize what, like, nobody's gonna value us if we don't value ourselves, And even what you said, I think too, because we live in a society where negativity is so rampant. I realize people will be more prone to promote what they don't like than what they do like. This is trash, boom, boom, not realizing we're in an era where like, that's, the more you advocate for that, pigs, the more you advocate it and share it and talk about you don't like, you're actually giving it more attention.
Oh Lord, Life Eternal, I know your name, God.
My name is Allah Infinite.
Okay, yeah, I know you be doing your thing.
God, positive Almighty.
Oh Lord, Life Eternal, God. Peace.
Peace, God. Yeah.
So yo, you could just not acknowledge it. I remember seeing an old Nipsey Hussle video. He was talking about, I guess they asked him about 6ix9ine. He was like, yo, put the Goofy on Goofy time. Like, the time is gonna expire. And look what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's one of those things where I think sometimes too, because we're so caught up in the now, we're not thinking longevity, like, or we get emotional, like, and it's come to the point where what's that thing? Rage bait is a thing. Like even with the podcast with the men against the women, it's like you could tell some of these things. You don't really believe that. They just saying that because they know the opposite sex is gonna attack it. It's gonna go viral. They're gonna monetize off of it going viral. They're gonna get a crowd, and then now they could sell whatever other things they want to sell. You know, a part of that song is just really calling those things out. Or even with the whole lip fillers and the cosmetics and cosmetics, all these other people. It's like they're getting work done to look more original while still being prejudiced or racist or having those values. Like Justin Bieber just named his album Swag, and then there was a time when he was running around with all these street cats and stuff like that. But then when you look back, you ever saw that song? They had a video of him when he was a kid on the guitar singing One Less Lonely N-Word. It's just like you know what I mean? And the thing is, this is our life. So they could just step in and step out as they please. It's like, oh yeah, I'm here for the fun and the partying. But as far as advocating for our lives and standing for our rights and just being on the front lines with us, it's like, yo, they missing in action, you know?
We sold the culture of hip hop to the highest bidder. So that's why that's taking place. But you know, the idea is like to join collectives like with artists like yourself and like to turn it up to where, like I said, we reverse the polarity. Like we don't participate in that. That seems like it's a machine that's gonna keep going and keep going as long as we feed it. Keep feeding it.
That's why I love mathematics. It's like if it's the truth, it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? All that other stuff you could tell when you trying to associate yourself with a name or whatever this person has going on. So like even with now we see these artists who coming out and on podcasts and kind of causing confusion amongst like the nation or still advocating that they're 5%, but we don't teach those things. Yo, go do whatever you gotta do. But because some of them may have a status or magnetic, some brothers are still holding on to that. I've seen brothers like, yo, RZA took his Sharad, peace be upon him then. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you gotta do, you a grown man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Or you worshiping something outside of yourself? Right. You know, as long as if you do that, you say you're not a 5%, all right, cool. But we don't have to be so caught up in like, oh, this person, that person. Like, the truth is the truth. And I even I was building with one of the younger guys the other day. I'm like, look at it, right? A$AP Rocky and Rihanna just named their child RZA, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the artist named SZA, who's on tour with Kendrick right now, a pop artist. She got her name from Supreme Alphabet. She said she looked it up.
Yeah, right.
You get what I'm saying?
I know that story, but I didn't know that.
Yeah. So then now they all too, like almost every other day you have some new person or new. There was a we actually shut it down. There was a creative director type of person. He made a shirt with the flag on it, and then he had A$AP Rocky in the video because he was a part of that team. And then we knew like mutual people, and we got in contact like, yo, you can't make that shirt. Like, you know what I mean? Right. And he understood like, all right, cool. But I remember building with the guy Rasheen, and he was telling the story like it was a group of us, and he was saying there was some brothers selling the flag downtown Brooklyn, and they was gonna turn it up, but then when because they told him a couple of hours to shut it down. I think Universal Shankar, I said, yo, that's free advertisement, God. Right. You see what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is that now, like, the government is not going to be the one to come in and say, do you know the history?
Yeah.
They're not going to teach that. They're going to go about it. So we got to have the responsibility. That's a lot of responsibility to go out and teach every time somebody. Now, do you want to employ the government or enter a partnership with the government to ensure the security of that? I mean, that's a, you know.
Well, the knowledge out of cipher on the 40 and the understanding culture, on the 40 talk about, we agree. So I think that, but it can't be one person taking initiative to do things on this. So it's we agree.
We. That's what's most important. I'm saying, but getting back to like the whole thing, like in terms of flipping the polarity of like with our art, like, you know, with your art, like, because what you're doing is speaking in a way, kind of speaking against the foolery that's going on in the industry. And trying to make a difference with your art, right?
I would say not speak against it, I remember reading something that James Baldwin said, something like the job as an artist is the same thing as the job of a lover, to make somebody see something they didn't see. And I realized that, like, I'm looking at these things and I'm like, yo, like I'm looking at the video of Adam 22 going around Brooklyn with this rapper, he dancing, just being like,
right,
you know, and I'm
right,
kind of
right.
like, oh, I don't think he's even connected it himself. You know, so it goes back to why we say peace. We walk the earth humility and greet the ignorant in peace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In the sense of I'm not gonna judge somebody for not knowing, but I'm at least, all right, let me do my job of putting these facts out there, so it might give somebody a different perspective of like, yo, I never thought about that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So peace. So, and like I said, it's not even just like a color thing. Like we have black, what we call it culture culture vultures. We got people come in, and you know what I mean. It be coming in the name of like our brother, but they still have ulterior motives to sell out the culture and our people for a quick buck for themselves. You know, and I think even that should be called out and addressed as well. And then at the end of the day, we say the truth don't stop nobody, nothing will. So our job is just to manifest the truth. They're gonna accept it or reject it either way, you know.
Right. Okay, so this video is, the name of it is
Old School. The song's Old School.
It's Old School.
Yeah. All right, right now it's Old School by P Almighty. Project coming soon. Check it out. Comment, like, share, and let me know what you think.
Peace.
Peace.
If Mecca did this.